Hello students, today we are going to discuss about organogenesis and embryonic development. So first of all, let me define what is a organogenesis. Organo, that means organs, and genesis means to generate. Okay, so here a whole process of organ formation will occur and that whole process is called organogenesis. So let me define what is the organogenesis. Organogenesis is the process by which ectoderm, you know very well, we are triploblastic animals. So early we have already discussed about it in the previous lecture, that ectoderm, endoderm and mesoderm will be formed. Okay, and it will develop into the internal organs of the organism or a human. We are calling it as a, here we are discussing as a humans. Okay, so cells of each germ layer, you know, each germ layer is ectoderm, endoderm and mesoderm. So cells of each germ layer proliferate, means increase in number, migrate, okay, and then re-aggregate and differentiate into various tissues, and that will form the organs, and such a process is called organogenesis. So let me understand by using this chart. Okay, here you can see first of all zygote will be formed after fertilization. After fertilization, first formation will occur is the zygote. Okay, then zygote will be converted into blastula stage. Here you can see. Okay, and blastula will be converted into triploblastic. Here you can see triple layer will be generated, triple germ layer will be generated, and such a stage is called gastrula. Now this gastrula is ready with the ectoderm, endoderm and mesoderm. Okay, so you can see here the ectoderm will result into outer surface, then central nervous system, means ectoderm is result into outer surface, central nervous system, neural crest. Okay, and finally that outer surface will convert into epidermal cells of a skin. Okay, then central nervous system will be generated the neuron of a brain. Okay, then neural crest will form the pigment cell, melanocyte that is called. Okay, so you can understand this whole structure will be formed by ectoderm. Okay, that is outermost layer. Then middle layer is a mesoderm, that is also called middle layer. Okay, that is responsible for the formation of a dorsal, here you can see, paraxial, intermediate, lateral and head layers. Okay, so from dorsal layer, a notochord will be formed, paraxial bone tissue will be formed, intermediate tubule cell of the kidney will be formed. Okay, and then lateral one is responsible for red blood cell formation, and head is responsible for facial muscle. So by this way, this whole structure is formed by mesoderm. So each layer is very important here for the organogenesis. You must be very clear which layer is responsible for which organogenesis. Okay, it is very important, and in so many time it is asked in NEET examination also. So you remember all these things. Ectoderm is responsible for which structure, mesoderm is responsible for which structures. Okay, now let me discuss endoderm, that is the internal layer, and that is responsible for formation digestive tube, pharynx and respiratory tube. Okay, so digestive tube further will develop into the stomach cells, then pharynx will be developed into thyroid cells, then a respiratory tube will generate the lung cells and alveolar cell, and special kind of germ layer will be formed, and germ cell layer will be formed, and that is responsible for male and female gametes, that is a sperm and egg cell. So this germ cell is not formed from these three layers. Okay, so different kind of a cell layer will be there, and that is responsible for male and female gametes. Okay, that is a male gamete is a sperm cell and female gamete is a egg cell. So here you can see the list of organs which is formed from the each layers. So here you can see ectoderm is responsible for these all organs. Okay, then mesoderm is responsible for this all organogenesis. Then endoderm is for these listed here. Okay, so you must be very clear about this. Which layer is responsible, means which layer of a germ layer is responsible for which type of organogenesis. So you can see here skin, epithelial lining of a mouth, anus, cornea, lens of an eye. Okay, then nervous system, sensory receptor, adrenal medulla, tooth enamel. Okay, epithelium and pineal and pituitary gland. These all are very important structure is responsible from ectoderm it is formed. Okay, then second one is a mesoderm. So notochord, skeletal system, muscle system, muscular layer. Okay, that is the stomach and intestine. Okay, then excretory system, circulatory and lymphatical system, reproductive system, except germ cell. So be very clear here. Okay, except germ cell. I already told you germ cell will be developed from different kind of layer. dermis of a skin, lining of a body cavity, adrenal cortex. Okay, then here endoderm is responsible for digestive tract, epithelial lining of respiratory system, lining of a urethra, okay, bladder, reproductive system, then liver, pancreas, thymus. This whole structure will be generated from endoderm. So this list is very important for you for exam point of view of a NEET exam. So now let me try to understand what is the pathway for the organogenesis. So first of all, cell population will be increased. Okay, and it will be result into triploblastic layers, and that is ectoderm, mesoderm and endoderm. Now what happens is ectoderm, mesoderm and endoderm will migrate and it will be do some pattern. Okay, it will rearrange and developmental field will improve, and then morphogenesis will occur, and that will be specified. That is the one kind of a differentiation process. I already told you cell will undergo cell division and cell differentiation. Okay, and that is a work distribution. So morphogenesis and specification, that is the one kind of a cell differentiation, and further it will proliferate. Then stem cell and progenitor will be developed. Okay, and now work will be differentiated, and finally differentiation occur and commitment will occur, and once it is committed to further this specific organ, this organogenesis will be start. So this is whole pathway. Okay, how organogenesis will be done. Here you can see finally this fetus will develop like this, and finally you can observe all the organs from the outside of the fetus. Until this you cannot observe any head or hands or legs or ears or anything. Okay, finally when it is completely differentiated and generate the organs from outside also you can observe. This is the whole process of organogenesis. Sometimes this organogenesis or a cleavage formation may lead to a development of a twins. Okay, this is not a normal phenomena. Sometimes accidentally what happens, this organogenesis and we can say cleavage process may lead to twins babies. Okay, so let me understand how twins babies will be arise. So first of all, zygote will be formed. Okay, so zygote may undergo three changes. Three type of babies may be occur. Okay, so here you can see if the two cell structure here, okay, very well after zygote formation it will be having a two cell structure. So if these two cell individually grow, okay, here you can see individually grow into this type of blastula structure, then it will be develop into individual twins. Okay, here you can see. So two babies will be formed if both the cell will individually grow further. Okay, then second chance of a twins baby is splitting in early blastocyst. Here you can see this is the blastocyst. Okay, so in this blastocyst what happened? Here this internal cell mass will be in duplication. Here you can see duplicated means two times internal cell mass having two times, and trophoblast layer is only one. So in that case also you can see a twins baby may be arise. Okay, like this. Okay, and third type of twins baby occurrence is the later splitting yield two embryo. Means here up to this it is normal like this. Okay, here you can see from here it is accidentally changed. From here it is accidentally changed, and here up to this it is normal. But now onward what happens? Cell growth will occur in such a way that it will be generate the two babies. Okay, means later splitting yield two embryos from one inner cell mass. Okay, so one inner cell mass will divide up like that. So two babies will be formed. Okay, so this is the separate amnios and chorion and placenta. Here everything is separate. Here you can see amnion is also separate, chorion is also separate. That's why two placenta will be formed. Here you can see two placenta will be formed. Whether here what is there? Here you can see amnios is different. Okay, but chorion is similar. Here you can see. Okay, chorion is similar in which two placenta will be formed. Okay, and here common amnios and chorion. Chorion is also common, amnion is also chorion, and placenta is also common. Here you can see. Let me understand more by using this diagram. So here you can see this is a morula stage, and due to this cleavage, abnormal cleavage, what happened? This type of twins baby may be occur. Okay, so here you can see dikaryon and diamniote. Means karyon is also different and amniotic layer is also different. So this way is the twins baby will be formed. And blastocyst layer Okay, up to blastocyst layer it is a normal, but after that if cleavage occur, then monochorion and diamniotic babies may be there. Okay, then implanted blastocyst means after implantation of a blastocyst, even a cleavage having a accidental change, then monochorion or monoamnios type of baby. Here you can see here chorion is also one and amnion is also one. So it is monochorionic, monoamnion type of twins. Okay, and this is very abnormal, that is a form embryonic disc. Even after formation of embryonic disc, a cleavage occur, and as a result of that conjoined twins baby may be there. Okay, it means they have two heads, okay, more than two legs, okay, and more than two hands, like that. Okay, means two babies will be attached with the same body. Okay, so such a condition may arise, and that is very accidental. Whole duration of a pregnancy in a human is called gestation period, and you know very well that is 9 months in case of a human. Okay, so human gestation can be divided for our convenience of a study into 3 trimesters. Okay, and each trimester having a 3 months of each. Okay, so be very clear. So human gestation period we can divide into 3 trimesters. Okay, and each trimester having a 3 months. Okay, for our easiness. Here in this slide you can see all over process or overview of a gestation period or a gestation duration. So let me discuss one by one. So after 1 month of a pregnancy, heart will be formed. Okay, here you can see this is the diagram which shows 1 month of a pregnancy. Okay, end of the second month, limbs and digits are developed. Limbs means hands and legs, digits means fingers will be developed. You can see here. Okay, this is the second month of a pregnancy. Then end of a 12 week, that is the first trimester. Okay, means third month, finishing of the third month. The major organs like limbs, external genital organs, okay, that all will be developed. You can see here, this is the 3 month development. Okay, then during fifth of month, first movement of a fetus will appear, and even appearance of hair on the head will be appear. Okay, so this is the significant characteristic. During fifth month of a pregnancy, first movement of a fetus will occur, and appearance of hair on the head will be observed. Here you can see. Okay, then the end of the 24 week or a second trimester, body is covered with the fine hair. Okay, and eyelids will be separated and eyelashes are formed. So this is a significant observation during the second trimester. Okay, so next is the end of the 9 month. It is ready for the delivery. So this is whole process of a gestation in case of a human. So we can divide gestation period into 3 trimesters. So let me discuss one by one each trimester. So first of all, we will discuss about first trimester of gestation. The first trimester in the main period of organogenesis. Okay, so be very clear. First trimester is the main period of organogenesis. Why it is called? Because mainly all organs will be developed in this stage. Okay, the development of the body organs will occur in this stage, means in the first trimester. So in the first month, in human being, after 1 month of a pregnancy, the embryo's heart will be formed. So first of all, you will observe during the first month, embryo's heart will be formed. Okay, and second month the fetus develop into the limbs and digits by the end of the second month. So this is a significant characteristic during you can observe during the second month of pregnancy, that the limbs, that is the hands and the legs, and digits mean the fingers, will be developed. Okay, and by the end of the second month. Then at the third month, most of the major organs like you can say limbs, external genital organs, okay, that all will be well developed by the end of a 12th week, and that is the first trimester end. Okay, so this is whole process during the first trimester. So let me see what happened during the second trimester. So second trimester, the first movement of the fetus and the appearance of hair on the head, okay, are usually observed. This is the main characteristic. So first of all, first movement of the fetus will occur, and appearance of hair on the head you can observe, and are usually observed during the fifth month. Okay, and by the end of a 24th week, second trimester, the body is covered with the fine hair. Okay, and eyelids will be separate and eyelashes are formed. We can observe it during the USG, that is a ultrasonography process. Okay, by using ultrasonography process, we can observe these all structures. After second trimester, during third trimester, by the end of the 9 month, means third trimester, end of the third trimester, that means the 9 month is completed. Okay, so by the end of a 9 months of a pregnancy, there is a third trimester ending, the fetus is fully developed and now it is ready for the delivery. So now let me summarize whole gestation period month wise. Okay, so let me start with the first month. During first month of a pregnancy, very important key development you can observe. Okay, so you will observe arms, tail, gill grows. Okay, and they will form. Then webbed toes you can observe. Okay, then second month of a pregnancy you will observe a length maybe 1.6 centimeter and weight of an embryo maybe 1 gram. Okay, so at that time retina, eye, cavity, fingers and toes are formed. Upper limbs begin to bend and elbow genitalia begin to differentiate. It is begin to differentiate, not complete. Okay, over here, so don't confuse here. So here genitalia will be start developing, not complete. Fingers are distinct. Okay, then in the third month of a pregnancy, 5.4 centimeter length will be there. Okay, and total weight will be 14 gram. Then nostril dissociate, genital and neck are formed, sucking reflex appear. Okay, so sucking reflex will be initiated in the third month of a pregnancy. Then fourth month, and it will be initiation of a second trimester. Okay, so at that time a length of a embryo will be 11.6 centimeter. Then weight will be 100 gram. Then heartbeat is more pronounced, cartilaginous tissues are stiffen, all major organ begin to form. Okay, and in the fifth month, 26 centimeter of length you can observe, then 300 gram of weight will be there, and then here you can observe movements are more regular and felt by mother. Okay, even mother can feel that movements, and head and body hair will be appear. Okay, so this is whole process of a gestation 1 month wise, from starting from first month to fifth month. So during the 6th month of pregnancy, a length of a fetus will now become 30 centimeter. Okay, and weight will be 600 gram. And here you can observe eyelids will be open, lung formation and lung circulation will be developed. Okay, and in 7th month of a pregnancy, 37.6 centimeter length will be there, and here weight will be increased up to the 1 kg. Okay, here in this month you can observe arteries and veins will be formed, fat deposited under the skin. Okay, this is a characteristic feature in this month. Then 8th month, so 42.4 centimeter length will be there, 1.7 kilogram of weight, and during that you can observe development almost complete. Okay, fetus usually viable it born. Okay, so if at the 8th month of a pregnancy, if baby is delivered, it will be viable, means it will be living. Fat deposit increase, most senses are developed. So here also you can observe most senses will be developed. During 9 months of a pregnancy, a length of a fetus will be 48 centimeter and weight will be 2.6 kilogram. Okay, and it is now fully developed and ready for the delivery. And delivery session scheduled. Okay, and now baby will be delivered shortly. Okay, so this is a whole process of a gestation in human for 9 months. So this is your homework for today's lecture, and before we finish this lecture, let me summarize whole topic by using one animation video. So look at this video.
The embryo stays inside the uterus for 9 months, which is called the gestation period. During this period, the embryo undergoes several developments. By the end of the first month, the embryo develops a heart, while the end of the second month marks the transition of an embryo to a fetus with developing fetal limbs and digits. And by the end of the third month, most of the organs are already formed. Another 4 months and the fetus is rapidly gaining weight and its bones get stronger. By the beginning of the 9th month, the fetus is fully developed and assumes the position it will take during delivery. Interestingly, while the fetus is undergoing several developmental changes, the mother's body too is undergoing several hormonal changes. The ovary, for example, starts secreting a hormone called relaxin. Likewise, the placenta starts secreting hormones such as human chorionic gonadotropin, or HCG, and human placental lactogen, or HPL. Incidentally, HCG, HPL, and relaxin are secreted only when a woman is pregnant. Apart from the secretion of these hormones, the levels of other hormones such as estrogen, progestogen, cortisol, prolactin, and thyroxine also rise rapidly in a pregnant woman's body. These hormones support the growth of the fetus as well as maintain the pregnancy. Increased levels of progestogen and estrogen, for instance, put the menstrual cycle on hold and prevent the shedding of the uterine lining, which is embedded with the developing fetus.
In next lecture, we will learn about parturition and lactation. So till then, goodbye.